Let's go out to Salt Lake City, Utah, and talk to Cherie. What is going on? Oh, you know what? Hey, listen.
I'm so glad I have the chance to talk to you.
Well, I am thrilled to talk to you. It's Sherry, right?
Yes, it's Sherry.
All right.
Okay,
we're
so
good.
I immediately listen. You have to know this. The call screener, Zach, is sitting in for Kelly today, and he got on my headset and said, "It is not Cherie, it is Sherry." And I said, "Great." And I promptly answered the phone. "What's up, Cherie?" So I need everyone in America to know that was my fault, not his. So go for it.
Oh, well, my question is, I'm trying to figure out right now how I get my 16-year-old to focus on the future without driving her absolutely crazy in the process.
Uh-oh. I've heard this call before. So let's give us a little bit more detail on what this conversation has looked like to this point, and then I will answer that.
Okay, well, I'll first tell you a little bit about my daughter. She's 16. She'll be 17 in a couple months. She's very bright. She's kind. She's witty. She's sarcastic. She's articulate. She's very artistic. And she has big dreams of doing something like in Hollywood or going to New York and being a performer or being a voice actor or being an artist. And I know she's so good at all of this. She's very good at all of this, but I'm trying to kind of let her know gently that there might be a chance of her having to do something while she's getting her foot into the field, and she doesn't want to hear any of that.
Like what? What's your suggestion? What do you mean?
Well, my suggestions to her is to look at some things to what you can do for your day job while you are searching for this, while you're improving your art.
Well, wait a second. Okay, so
your music.
All right, so let's recap, Sherry, because I want you to hear what you told us. We started off a phone call saying, guys, I need your help helping my 16-year-old take her career or her future seriously. I asked for more details. Then you went into how bright she is and how talented she is and how big her dreams are. So, Sherry, we have a conflict. We don't need to help her get serious about her future. She's dreaming big. That's what I would want to give as a gift to every parent of every 16-year-old in the world is a kid who's dreaming big, Sherry. That's really good news. And Sherry, your safety muscle, your parenting gland, I'm making these things up. They don't exist, John.
There's for sure a parenting gland.
There is.
There's 11 of them.
It's on overdrive right now. And you're basically telling your kid, you need a plan for when your dream fails. That's what you're telling your daughter. And I know you're not saying that, but that's what she's hearing. And the reason she's hearing that, Sherry, is because that's what you're projecting. So, Sherry, I love you. I've got 3 teens. Sherry, I'm not picking on you. But guess what? This kid knows that when she goes to New York or L.A., she will have to pay rent and she will have to come up with food. This kid knows this. Don't you think? Yes or no?
She does.
Okay.
She does.
All right. So listen. So that's what I'd call a day job, 3 or 4 waitressing gigs or whatever she's got to do. But that's not what you're talking about. You're trying to talk her into some type of safe career backup, like being you fill in the blank. And that is driving her bananas. And she's going, Mom, I don't want to do that. And can I also just set you free, Sherry? Because you're the one that needs to be set free. If she goes for those dreams, and I hope she does. And I hope you're her number one cheerleader, because if she goes for it and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, she'll fall back to something. But we don't encourage our kids, if they play in a sporting event or they play a musical instrument, hey, at your recital next week, do a good job, but have a good excuse in your back pocket if you don't play well. Would you ever dream of telling your kid that?
No.
But that's what you're telling her in her life. So, Mom, you need to relax and you need to say, how can I support you? And how can I help you? And I'll help you find a job. I'll help you find a place where you can rent. I'll help you find a second or third roommate. I just want to support your dream. Anything that Dad and I can do to help you stay afloat and stay in the game while you go for it, I'm all in, babe. That's what you need to be telling her.
And
okay.
to make your heart feel a little bit lighter here, because you are going to have to do your work here. 16-year-olds are 16, right? 16-year-olds
Yes.
are 16. And so when a parent goes full in support on their dreams, like Ken says, one of two things will happen. You will help fill that rocket with jet fuel and it will take off, or they will realize it's not as cool when mom thinks it's cool, right? The second thing is this. Sherry, if I look back over the arc of my career, I've done a lot of schooling and sat in a lot of classes. If I was to tell you the number one thing that I have fallen back on as a senior administrator at multiple universities, now in this cartoon job that I have right now, I'm just living this fantasy world, has been my experience in theater, my experience playing with music groups, my experience in front of other people. That will help her if she decides, as Ken said, if this thing doesn't work out down the road. You will never, the skills you learn working on a team and on a film crew, the skills you learn speaking in public, having to come up with, learn lines and project them and to help learn from all these different bosses, all of those things will go into her repertoire and she will take over whatever else job she wants to do. So you can't lose by encouraging your daughter to work as a team, work on a team as a part of her art, work on her art. What you can do, though, is, man, she wants to go all in, man, let her know.
Let her do
like
it.
Matthew McConaughey told us.
Yeah.
Dad said, you're going to go all in. You're going to go all in.
Don't screw it up.
You're going to work really hard. Don't screw this up. That's right.
And here's the deal, Sherry. You gave me enough evidence to believe that this is not a delusion, that she does have the talent. So if she doesn't make it on the LA level or the New York level, who cares? Maybe God's got a different place for her, but it was pursuing that path that led her to her ultimate position. If a kid's delusional, parents, shoot them straight. Let them know the real, okay? But this girl's not delusional. She's got a dream and she's got talent to back it up. So I would tell you, Sherry, maybe even an apology might be necessary here. Not that you've done anything really wrong, but just say, hey, babe, I care so deeply about you as your mom. I'm always trying to protect you. And the reality is maybe I tried to protect you too much. Here's how I'm going to support you. That's what I think is necessary here. And then let her fly.
I love, Ken, the idea of a parent taking their kid out and saying, you know what? I've been the brakes here.
Yes.
And so starting today, I'm going to be your number one fan. But if we're going to do this, we're going to go all in. And you're going to get really good at this. And you're going to take classes and you're going to work really hard and, right? And I'm going to be on the front row of your plays and I'm going to, whatever that looks like, we're going to support you. We're going to support you all in. I love that, Ken.
Well, let me tell you something. I deal with adults who call the Ken Coleman Show every day that are 35 and 45. And they feel like they don't know what they do. And as I begin to dig and ask them questions, I've had so many just break into tears, men and women. And I'll say, why didn't you pursue it? This thing that we just got out of you. And I can't tell you how many times they've said, because my dad told me to do something smart and safe. And smart and safe is sucking the soul out of people. That's what's happening. You were created to fill a unique role. You are needed. You must do it. And parents, we got to wake up, because if we try to push our kids into a safe college and a safe degree and a safe job, we might be stepping on their very souls.
I can tell you that how many
I'm fired up on
law students, pre-med students, medical students that I've talked to and then said, what are you doing here?
They can't stand
it. I have to. It's the only way. It's my only path. I minister students, any amount of students, teachers.
Doesn't matter
you don't
what
like
career.
teaching. You don't like kids.
Right.
My mom said this is what we do in our family.
Yeah.
Parents.
Follow your heart.
And not recklessly, not idiotically.
No.
And as Ken said, you'll know, I've met with a lot of students that are like, hey, I'm supposed to be a singer. And then you hear them sing and you're like, no, you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
But if your kid's got the talent, get behind them, support them. The world has plenty of people that will tell them that they're not good enough.
Yep.
Let you be their cheerleader. Get in their corner. This is The Ramsey Show.